In November, we're beginning a new series at Woodlands on grace. Grace is a foundation for so much of the Christian life. Let me just read to you from the start of John's Gospel. From his fullness, we've all received grace upon grace. For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. And that's where we're going to begin. We're going to look at the contrast between grace and truth. And we live in a world where there's plenty of absence of grace, if I can use that. It's very hard for people to confront people in a gracious way. Grace has two meanings. It's spiritually, we talk about the undeserved favour of God, but in life, graciousness is about a courtesy and a gentleness and a way of dealing with people. And when people differ, when truth is at stake, grace and truth are really hard to hold together. That'll be the subject for our first talk. And then we're going to go on to look at saving grace. And grace is right at the heart of the mystery of the cross, what it means for us to receive undeserved mercy from God. So that'll be a real special deep dive into the theology of the cross. Then on the third Sunday in November, we're going to look about becoming gracious people. Gracious me. Who am I becoming? And looking at the way in which we can grow in grace, both as we develop the character and the fruit of the Spirit, but learn to practice grace as individuals and as a community. And then our final talk in the series is about the tension between legalism and license. It's a classic dualism where people can be on one side of the spectrum or the other, where Paul talks about, do we go on sinning that grace may abound? Or do we actually have such a tight kind of legalistic way of doing things that there's no room for grace? So we want to explore, for us as followers of Jesus, how we live lives that are grace-filled and gracious as we sit under the grace of God.